Hello, gamers. Welcome to episode 1 of Stylez Gaming. I'm your host, CM Stylez. Along with me, as always, is my tag team partner in gaming. I got Mr. Steelhigh0909. How are you doing tonight?
I'm pretty good. Just playing some video games.
Oh, hell yeah. Tonight, we're going to go ahead and talk about our first game on episode 1. This is going to be Call of Duty Black Ops 3, developed by Treyarch, published by Activision. I got to say, this right here has got to be one of the most wickedest games I've ever put my hands on, and I got a good deal for it as well. $30 at Walmart, thanks to an online glitch. But there's a lot of action. There's a lot of plot twists and everything in between. But enough of me talking about it. Let's go ahead and pass it over to Mr. Steel High. What did you think about this game so far since we've been playing on it?
um, I enjoyed it. And we'll get into what it reminds us of, but I enjoyed it. I know there were a lot of people that didn't, but and I was probably on that in that group before tonight, but I figured, I saw you playing it and said, hey, I'll just join your game and give it a chance, and it turned out to be a lot better than I thought. It really
Yeah,
did.
exactly. I know, like, when we first started playing this a couple months ago, we got into it, but we weren't high on the game. Uh, I'm not sure why I wasn't into it at first. It was just another first person shooter. It was another copy paste of other games that we played in the past. There's a lot of familiar, things that we've seen in other games that were published by Infinity Ward and Hammer Shark and the Sledgehammer
Sledgehammer.
games, whatever.
I
I can never get their
was
name
gonna
right.
say it for your COD cycle then, I guess. You got another developer in there, Hammer Shark.
Yeah, there you go. Hammer Shark Games, we're calling you out. But yeah, um, we talked about the familiarities and during the game. For me, uh, I felt a little Destiny in the game for some reason, probably because of the futuristic stuff that's been going on. And what did you say was what it reminded you of?
That it reminded me of Advanced Warfare a lot.
There was a
That
lot of advanced warfare in there.
yeah, it was that in the desert in Egypt, right outside of Cairo. That mission where you're flying the jets around towards the end of the game. That reminded me a lot of Advanced Warfare because if I remember right, there was towards the end of Advanced Warfare, you're in a jet in like canyons and you're flying around. I think that was Advanced Warfare.
I thought that was Black Ops 2.
Oh, let me check that out quick.
Yeah,
Um,
I remember that mission very well. Yeah, that was Black Ops 2 on the PS3 and 360.
oh man.
Um, they, they changed the infrastructure of the whole entire gaming scene, the environment. It was pretty much the same as Egypt could have been, but throwing in high tech stuff there, here and there, I thought that was awesome. But you also
Mm-hmm.
got to ride a horse. There was horses. It was like old school meets new school, and but when you play a game like Black Ops 3, there is no old school whatsoever, except for the main, well, not the main character, but the main protagonist, who is John Taylor. For those who don't know, the actual actor, as Chris Maloney from Law and
Law
Order
and Order
SVU.
SVU. Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, I thought
That
this was
was.
the second time appearance in the Call of Duty series because they actually screwed up. That I thought he was Sandman in Modern Warfare 3, but it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
him. It was the guy that was in Black Hawk Down and Batman. What was it? Dark Knight. Or
Oh yes.
he was the bank accountant that got killed.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, like he took that role of Sandman, and everyone thought it was Chris Maloney because it looked like him in the face. But yeah, this guy, he did a fantastic job. They did a real good job on the acting. Um, but of course, there is the downfall. This is supposed to be future warfare, and
Mm-mm.
but the thing that screwed it up with me was the fact that they were using superpowers in the game, like that map that we were on, that was World War II like.
Yeah, that's that. I was just thinking that.
Yeah,
Um, it messed with me. It messed with me because we're going back in time. I guess I think that's what was going on. I really don't know. I don't. I still don't understand that. I want to look into that and understand what that mission was about. But we're back in World War II. I guess we were on the American side. I I think because we were fighting Germans, and the world around you is crumbling. Or was it crumbling, or was it being rebuilt?
it was
Some of it was being
crumbling.
rebuilt.
Some of it was rebuilding itself. Some of it was reforming, and then other half of it was starting to move up. Literally move up. It was shifting upwards, and that right there was a downfall to me because you're if you're walking up, you're looking up, and then as soon as you look down, you feel like you're about to fall. And I'm thinking to
Yeah,
myself, I don't like that. I did not like that at all. I mean, there was a cool concept to it. I get where they were going. Um,
yeah,
but in multiplayer, when you do that, you don't have the option to go up the map anymore. You're
exactly.
stuck in one spot.
And the bodies in that map do not fall towards you
Yeah,
like they did.
yeah. If you kill one of the enemies, before they started falling down, they were like it looked like they were catching fire and then burning away. Um, but after that, the game got really intense. It
Hmm.
doesn't matter what difficulty you're playing this on, but it is recommended that you do use two players because single player would take a whole lot longer. Um,
Oh yeah. Well, and you saw that last part that we did. How many times we died? 6, 7 times.
we went through multiple, respawns and having to start all over again. And I'll be honest, we have not beat the game yet. We're going to go ahead and beat it later tonight.
Yep.
For those who are going to, pay attention to this, feel free to use the hashtag Stylez Gaming on Twitter. Also, be sure to use SteelHigh0909. I believe that's your Twitter.
I think so. Yeah.
Uh, it's been a while since I've seen you on Twitter, anyway. But
I can't tell you last time I used it. I
yeah,
think it's
that's
still my
also
0909.
my gamer channel,
Yep, that's
Twitch
it.
TV. It, just a whole there's a whole lot that we're going to cover here in the upcoming weeks, months, days, years. We're going to try to keep this going. Hopefully, we get positive feedback from you guys. We're going to try to make these shows as long as possible. Like prior to this, I do other podcasts based on wrestling and interviewing them. But on this
Yep.
side, I like to talk about games as well. And I figure episode 1 is going to be nothing but games. Games, 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 games. We're going to review the game. We're going to talk about, you know, I don't know, anything. But yeah, but let's go ahead and keep moving forward. This game had a lot of plot twists. We saw near the end where John Taylor was
Hmm.
controlling the robots, and it was pretty insane how he did it. And at the end, he also spared his life and was pretty much taken out afterwards. But
And we kind of had a weird moment. I don't know if it was a small little glitch in the game or just something was going on, but all of the robots running past Hendrix and me, but they're coming right at you. So I thought, and they were red, right? They were showing up as red or orange.
yeah, something like that.
They were showing up as green.
Yeah, that was
So that was just a small little thing where we weren't. I didn't know what was going on, but the one,
AI. AI
yeah,
is a big
yeah.
thing. That reminds me of another game that I'm going to review here. And Still High more than likely to be with me. He remembers playing it. Aliens Colonial Marines.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, I have
Yeah,
to
I
refresh
suffered
myself.
enough and bought all three copies for PS3, 360, and PC. Yes, I don't need sympathy for it. I'm a diehard Aliens fan, and I deserve everything I get. But
Yep.
yeah, the AI in Aliens Colonial Marines was pretty weird. Like an alien would run past the AI that's helping you out and come for me. That's exactly what Black Ops 3 did tonight. It had elements of confusion. I guess we can call it, um, where the AI runs right past your
Oh,
partner and comes right at you instead. It's like, oh, I'm going to select this guy instead of this guy because this guy looks harmless, but yet he's armed to the teeth. Come on.
yeah, exactly. And that was one thing I did. I don't know if that was just something that was wrong with the game or if that was intentional. But regardless, it was still something that just confused us, and I didn't know what to do. So I just started to shoot them because they were just running past me. So I wasn't going to shoot them. But another thing that and I think it's a common problem with Call of Duty that when they don't know what to do, they will just send enemies, waves of enemies at you, and I don't
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, and
there's
I'm glad you
there's no
said that
point.
with waves and waves of enemies because in the game we got a glimpse of zombie mode in
That
that
was
burning
weird.
house. That was confusing. I was like, wait a minute, are we playing Black Ops Zombies now? Are we playing what was it, Dead Ops Arcade?
Yeah,
Um,
it was right after the whole World War II thing. It was just you go into a house and I guess was it Sarah Hall? She just I guess she's struggling with wanting to stay alive or whatever, and it just it was I don't know it was bad. It didn't fit.
no, it didn't. I mean, it fit in the terms of Black Ops, but it didn't fit in terms of being in the actual game. That's something that you put on the side, put it as a mini game. But no, you had to put it in the actual game, which was a really big bummer. But before we keep moving on, I'm looking at the cover here, and Time Magazine considered this hands down the best Call of Duty in years. That
Nope.
right there is a lie. Best Call of Duty in years have been Modern Warfare series and Advanced Warfare. Um,
Exactly. Yep. Oh, Advanced Warfare story was so much better than this because it had a meaning.
it
It
did,
was really good.
but this one right here, this is nothing but constant plot twists, swerves, and everything in between. And I gotta say, I'm going to give the storyline a thumbs up, but I'm also going to give it a thumbs down
Yeah.
for where it was going because the story was just going everywhere. Nothing made sense until you got to the end.
Oh yeah. Out of five, I'd probably give it about a three, 3.5, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I would definitely give it a 3 out of 5 as well. Um, just for the fact that this is another copy paste game. We've seen it before, except this time they threw robots in there, which made it really challenging. You throw in hordes of robots at one time. That made it really difficult because, like like I said, the difficulty level did not matter. All these things
No.
had to do was come at you and hit you one time, and you were literally dead.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for the unfair advantage.
Yeah.
But yeah,
This was another. It was a money grab.
yeah. In this
It,
case, it was a $30 one for me. So thank you, Walmart, for the sweet
yeah,
deal.
I got it at launch, of course. But yeah, they throw the Black Ops on there, and they know people. Well, even just throwing the Call of Duty on there, people are going to buy it.
Exactly. This is the cash cow for Activision. Everything else is just second rate to them. They're
Mm-hmm.
like, we can just throw it out there. We can afford to do it because, hey, we're Activision. But you got to be careful with these games. Now, there is online for this game, and I don't play it much. But if there's anything I hate more than now on this game, is Nuketown. You
I
can
hate
agree to
Nuketown.
that.
I
I
hate
mean,
Nuketown.
Nuketown has become ridiculous. I remember when it was the classic 1950s look.
Yep.
Everything was all old fashioned, and now you got it all high tech. Everything is pixelated, breaking up, and I'm just like, I can't play that. It
I
just everything's virtual in here. It looks like a simulator, and that's not what I was looking for in the game. The other
yeah.
maps are great. I don't have the DLC yet. I think next year I may invest in the DLC. Um, I know we have Infinite Warfare right around the corner, and that comes with Call of Duty 4 remastered, which I'm excited to get um, if it's
Hmm.
standalone.
Yeah. I think that's I think that's probably the only way I get it, unless I find a really good deal. Say like, well, because that's the only problem. It's the Legacy Edition of Infinite Warfare that comes with COD 4 remastered, and that's $80.
Yeah, I see this as the ball getting dropped.
Yep.
Um, and I'm sure those who are going to listen to the show here soon can actually agree that this is going to be Activision's biggest mistake by not making this a standalone game already. Um,
It's gonna have to be.
if
It will.
if you have to put if you have to tack on COD 4 for people to buy Infinite Warfare, you know this game is going to suck. I played the beta. I was not a big fan of it.
No.
They said the engine was based off of Ghosts, which I guess is all right, but we all saw how Ghost came out to be, and that was a Debbie Downer. But the storyline was great. It was just the fact that the frames were really bad and everything was dropping left and right. So hopefully this game right here doesn't pick up where Ghost left off.
To
Um,
me, what it was I'm talking about Infinite Warfare beta. It was Halo on the Call of Duty engine, and I thought that the first time I played it, it felt like Halo. Movement, of course, felt different, but it really felt like Halo. And then I was watching a stream or something. I was watching a video on YouTube of a retired Halo professional player. He said, "This feels like Halo." Who else? Who better to say that than a former Halo pro?
exactly. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up this edition of Styles Gaming. Um, we're going to go ahead and play games, you know, with each other here that we have together, and we're going to go ahead and review them. And if we don't have the game, we're going to find a way to invest it, and then we'll continue to talk about it.
Even games we've already beaten too.
Yeah, exactly. There's a, I'll go all the way back to the PS1. We can talk about those games. PS2, Xbox 360. Um, Hell, I'll even go all the way back to the Sega Dreamcast because let me tell
Oh,
you, sitting behind me, I have almost every console that came out in America, and gaming is life. It's the morale killer, or not the morale killer. It's the morale maker. It's what you do with
yep.
the games that occupies your time. But we like to thank everyone who's going to watch this show. If you like the show, give us a big thumbs up. If not, go ahead and dislike it. It don't matter. We're going to continue to talk about games. We love the positivity of the gamers. Um, Even if you guys have an idea that or a game that you want us to talk about, we'll find a way to get it. And if we already have it, we'll play it and we'll go ahead and review it for you. So until then, I am CM Styles. This is Steelhigh0909. You've been listening to Styles Gaming, and everyone have a great evening. Good night.
Good night.